We're going to get started in a brief meditation. So just take a moment to get yourself comfortable. Lying down is always encouraged here, but grabbing a blanket, sitting on a block, really just taking a moment to try and get yourself comfortable. And I like to close my eyes, but it's not really required. But just taking a couple moments, maybe a breath out or a breath in, just to release a little effort. We may have people join us, and so we can kind of just be open to that. And in the same way, you may have some thoughts join you in meditation, expected or unexpected, but just trying to release a little bit. And as best you can, to creating some space for your spine as you're relaxing. And if it is helpful or comfortable, you can certainly kind of turn your attention to your breath, but just giving yourself a moment, however you might be. Maybe an opportunity just to kind of notice how your morning's been, notice where your attention's been. And just give yourself a little space for arriving as you are. Being kind of easeful, but some space in the spine, some space for the breath and the body. Maybe noticing, again, expected or unexpected thoughts coming through. But I want to take kind of the time for meditation or the next couple of minutes just to kind of practice focus and to practice kind of this easeful awareness. And so to do that, just turning our attention towards the breath. And it is super normal to like sneeze and cough and have to clear your throat. That's part of why we turn our attention to things, is because, we have bodies and there's stuff present. But as best you can, trying to kind of be with or follow your inhale and your exhale. And a little bit, see if you could stretch them out. I think it's helpful for the mind if there's a little kind of extra encouragement on the top of the inhale and a little kind of attention to that exhale, not just dropping the breath or letting it fall out the body, but kind of setting the breath down or letting it kind of move out with a little bit more control and a little bit more attention. So all that being said, like just 7 or 8 breaths, some gentleness and a little bit of your attention. Right? Really not a test, just coming back to it. Like 3 more breaths. Wherever you are, just trying to come back to it. Maybe one more deeper breath in and kind of a letting go with the exhale, letting the practice go, any extra effort. And wherever you're at, let's work the hands to the heart. Again, just recognizing how you are through that breath practice. Maybe a little drop of compassion. Let's take a little bow to ourself, just as we are. You can take your time opening your eyes and kind of moving a couple of body parts. But I want to come up to hands and knees in time, tabletop. I'm going to pass out a couple of, well, does anybody need a blanket? Everybody have one? Sweet. Need a blanket? Okay, great. Yeah, you might put the blanket on under your knees just for a little added support. Eventually, I want to work towards child's pose. So you'll take your big toes to touch, your knees out a little bit wider, and you could sit back just a little bit. You could sit back a lot a bit. And, yeah, of course, the blanket is definitely always optional. I just want you to feel like you have what you need to be comfortable. And it might be comfortable to stretch out the breath a little bit, just as you were working on. When we go through the practice, it can be a really nice kind of ground the breath, that place to reset. Inevitably, let's come up to hands and knees, tabletop shape, and just start to warm up the fingers a little bit. Spread the fingers out, press into the fingertips, shift into the right hand, shift into the left hand, and then step your right foot back on the mat. You can spread the toes out, maybe kick your heel back. You can draw the heel forward. Option to keep your foot on the floor or lift the right leg, kind of toning the glutes, toning the quad muscles. Definitely push into the fingertips. And as best you can, take a bit deeper breath in, a bit deeper breath out. All right, we'll swap sides. So opposite foot back. You can start just with the toes on the mat if that's good. I really like kind of pushing it forward and back, stretching the ankle, the toes. Whenever you're ready, use those hands, those fingers, to push and help you lift that back leg. Right hand, left hand, awesome. You can point and flex the toes, just again, kind of waking up, exploring a bit, if you will. I'll put both knees back onto the mat, downward facing dog. You can curl the toes under and press the hips back. And again, in that spirit of a little bit of exploration, right? It's your body and we want to kind of work into it best you can. You can offer a little bend in the knees, yeah, a little bit of movement through the body. Inevitably try to get one of those bit longer breaths in, bit longer breaths out. And walk forward up towards the top of the mat. Awesome. A little halfway lift or something. If you want to grab a blanket or a block, I want to hang in a forward fold for a little bit of time. So great place to bend the knees a bunch. You could grab opposite hand to opposite elbow or have the palms on some blocks. Awesome. Nice. And in that same spirit of little exploration, yeah, lean into your right foot, lean into your left foot. A little bit lean forward, a little bit lean backwards. Welcome. Nice. Just noticing there is maybe a little bit of space. Inevitably bring the feet a bit closer towards each other. We'll stand all the way up, extended mountain pose. You can sweep the arms up, have a full body stretch. And you can take the hands to your heart in time. You can closing the eyes. Some space right up here. Awesome. No, you're all set. And just again, kind of feel your own palms here, your own feet on the ground. Welcome yourself a little bit, whatever that might mean for you. Let's take a bit deeper breath in and a bit deeper breath out. So you can open up the eyes, extended mountain pose. Fold forward, but bend the knees. Take your time. Just starting to warm up after a little bit of snow here. Halfway lift. So hands to the shins. A little bit we want to reach the tailbone back and the heart forward. So you feel balanced on the feet. You could lean forward, back, side to side, and there's some support for you. Awesome. Step the right foot back for a low lunge. So right knee down onto the mat. And here's a blanket for you if you need, totally. So you can drop the back knee, maybe hands to the front knee. They could start to reach up towards the sky. But just taking a moment to warm up, to maybe adjust your feet, adjust the breath a little bit. And dodge you all here a little bit. Awesome. Press right into both feet. Can you really encourage those legs to be warming up? Option to look up a little higher, even reach up a little higher. But I want to swap sides from here. So hands to the mat, back foot forward and opposite foot back. Take your time. Again, a blanket's a great tool here as we're just starting to warm up. Oh, here, you blanket as well. Yeah. Nice. And a little bit, try to settle your vision. Giving yourself, your body, that space to, warm up. Awesome. Option to look up a little higher, maybe to reach up a little higher. But really, early on, I want you to use your legs. Focus there. You can take the hands to the mat here. We'll step forward, top of the space. Extended mountain pose with your breath in. You can sweep right up and look right up. Awesome. Hands to the heart. So do one more, just the same here. Extended mountain. And fold forward. And feeling your feet on the ground. Halfway lift. I do want to linger for a moment. Try to get some balance through the hips, through the feet, through the head, the neck. Awesome. Right foot back, low lunge. Whenever you'd like, you can take the arms up towards the sky. Just kind of finding a comfortable edge for you. Just take one more breath. Hands to the mat. Other side, back foot forward and opposite foot back. Awesome. Taking your time, right? Still warming up. Could look up, option to reach up, but use the feet. Notice your toes down there. All right, let's go for it. Yeah, hands down. You can step the back foot forward. Extended mountain. Deep breath in. Hands to the heart. All right, chair pose, Utkatasana. Sit right back and sweep the arms forward. Doesn't take long to get the room warmed up when we're all here. Get the fans going a little bit for us. And a little bit, try to relax the vision. Could you create space in your eyes? Yeah, to kind of work with any little adjustments, any little ebbs and flows. Nice. Last couple moments here. Spread the fingers out, just kind of wakeful in the hands. Awesome. And then as much as you can, bend the knees, right? Bend the knees right down. Last moment. Awesome. Hands to the heart. We'll fold forward from here. Halfway lift. Big breath in. Then high plank this time. It's like a high push-up shape. So you plant your hands and step the feet back. Now you can drop right to the knees. That's fine. Otherwise, really focus on straightening the arms and the legs. Can you push right away from your center, really supporting the spine, supporting the breath? Amazing. Now, from that push, could you lift your vision just a bit so the head, the neck has some space? All right, we'll all drop to the knees for chaturanga. So elbows back as you lower the chest. Nice. Cobra pose. So undoing both toes. We'll lift the heart, a little bit stretching forward, right? Opening that back up. Nice. You can push through hands and knees. Downward facing dog. And breath if you need it. A little movement if you need it. Awesome. Let's all take a breath in together. Big breath out and walk forward, top of your space. Extended mountain pose. You can sweep right up. Hands to the heart. All right, chair pose. We won't hold it quite so long, but right back into it. I do want to spread the fingers right out. You can get some wakefulness in the hands. And then just sink as low as you feel like you can go in the moment. We're going to stand up this time. Reach right up. And release the arms. Crescent lunge. So you can step the right foot back behind you. Option to kind of maneuver the feet a little wider, a little more narrow. Eventually, we do want the arms up towards the sky. Something I work on a lot with crescent lunge is lifting the back heel some. So you have some control over that back foot, that back ankle. Nice. Let your vision kind of settle here. Option to stay or reach up, kind of stretch up a bit higher. Nice. We'll take one more breath in and a breath out. We'll swap sides. Back foot forward and left foot back. Again, any little kind of maneuvering you might need. Arms up towards the sky. is our first one. So letting yourself do those little changes, reacting to what you feel, but do try to lift the back heel a little bit, and then you can decide how much you lift and lower. Awesome. Use that back foot maybe to look up, to kind of anchor you as you reach up. Let's do one more moment. You can release those arms, back foot forward, extended mountain pose. Big breath in, fold forward. Halfway lift. I do want to pause here, get some space, and then chaturanga. So we'll plant the hands and step back. Try to straighten the arms and legs first, and then we'll lower knees and chest towards the ground. Nice cobra pose. Hands and knees back to downward facing dog. Taking your time. Awesome. Encourage a deep breath in. Encourage it out, and we'll walk forward, top of the space. Extended mountain pose. Right into chair. I think this will be our last one here. Sit towards your lowest seat, but spread the fingers out, right? Encourage the hands for support. We'll stand up from here. You can release those arms. All right. Warrior 2. So I want to step the right foot back behind us. You can turn the toes out. And then looking forward, you can open the arms out nice and wide. Awesome. And from here, bend your front knee just a bit. Awesome. But kind of finding our spine somewhere in between the front and the back. Nice. Like 2 more moments. Option to bend your front knee a little bit deeper. Release the arms. So step the back foot forward. Other side, warrior 2, left foot back. Again, taking some time with that back foot. Eventually, looking forward, we have this beloved wintry scene out here. I think nice and kind of able maybe to get lost in some of those snowflakes. Nice. And I know, I don't want there to be any pain in your knee, but you really can bend the knee beyond the ankle, in towards the toes a little bit. It doesn't need to be on fire, but feeling some of that strength. Awesome. One more breath. Release the arms. We'll step the back foot forward. Just extended mountain pose here. Hands to the heart. Back to crescent lunge. Right foot will step back those few steps. Eventually, I do want to take arms up to kind of feel that lift, a little bit of lightness, but palms to the heart. And we'll twist over to the left. So you take the left arm back and the right arm forward. Maybe you look out towards the corner of the room. Option to maybe look to the white wall here. I do want you to come back to a sense of your feet wherever you're at. And then maybe that sense of the feet helps you look and twist a little bit further. Nice. About one more exhale for you. We'll come back through center, crescent lunge. And swap sides. Nice work. Back foot forward. Left foot back. Eventually, arms up towards the sky here. And maybe fuss around with that back heel. We'll take the palms into the heart and set up for your twist. Right arm back and left arm forward. Nice. Encourage your breath. Option even here to bend the front knee. Amazing. And then from that solidness, choose. You could stay. Might be perfect, or look back just a little bit further. Come on back through center. Nice. Release the arms. We'll step forward, top of the space. Extended mountain pose here. Just hands to the heart. Warrior 2. A few more standing postures here to get warm. Right foot back. Arms into that wide T shape again, but I want to work towards side angle pose. So we're going to bend the front elbow and take the front forearm to the thigh. Right arm up towards the sky. Nice, especially as you breathe out. Can you come back to that sense of the feet, really sturdy? Yeah, and maybe the feet, the toes adjust some to encourage that sense. Nice. All right, let's take one more big breath out. You're going to pull yourself up. With that inhale, we'll swap sides. Back foot forward, left foot back. Warrior 2. Just take a moment, Get yourself upright, but side angle pose. Forearm to thigh. This time, that left arm goes up towards the sky. Awesome. Yeah. And just trying to find that kind of natural base, natural support. You can always step the back foot forward or take it a little further back. Nice. 3. Let's stay. A couple more moments. You could even look up towards the ceiling. Some big breath out. You can come on up through standing, and step forward. Extended mountain pose. And forward fold. Halfway lift. And Chaturanga Dandasana will kind of go right through it this time. You can step back, maybe the arms and legs straight in a moment, but knees and chest towards the earth. And Cobra pose. And downward facing dog. You can press your way back, but I do want to come back to hands and knees. Tabletop shape. Side plank from here. So from tabletop, actually let's step the right foot back first. Yeah, right foot back first. Option to kick that left foot out. Inevitably, right arm up towards the sky. And come right back to those strong feet, strong legs, that root for wherever you're at. You got it. One more breath. Release, hands and knees. Other side plank. So you can step the left foot back. That right foot can kick out a bit. Left arm upwards towards the sky. Again, try to press through both feet wherever they're at. Try to press through both hands wherever they're at. Release, hands and knees. I want to do one more round each side, and then we will take a brief rest, grab a drink and all that. Right foot back, right arm up towards the sky, almost as if you were caught kind of right in a web, right? Can you really reach out in all the directions? Encourage that resistance from the floor. Awesome. One more breath. Release, hands and knees. Last round. Left foot back, left arm up towards the sky. Noticing kind of what's hugging back in, what's pushing back out. Beautiful. 3, 2, 1. Hands and knees. Take a moment. Grab a drink. Child's pose. Give yourself a brief rest. And maybe even just noticing how the body can change, right? The sense of the body, the sense of our head, our energy. Awesome. I do want to come up, well, actually, yeah, I want to come up through standing. So you can work through downward dog if you'd like to, or just come up through hands and knees and work your way onto your feet. An extended mountain pose can be nice just to stretch out, just to give yourself some room. But eventually, here we'll take hands to the heart and work into tree as our first balance. So you can bring the feet in a little closer towards each other, and really helpful to find some place for your eyes. You're welcome to come up against the walls and all that if you need to adjust, but lift your right foot up and you take hands to the heart. It's a great place to start. You can kind of dig your toes down into the floor, notice the earth. Option to take the foot a little higher to the calf or somewhere else. And I think, one of the things I want to emphasize in balance is, yeah, we're balancing kind of our physical body, but there's thoughts coming in and out. We don't have to fight the thoughts, but working with that physical space, but also a little bit with kind of the focus. And not necessarily fighting, but letting things come and go, like the snow, right? You could look up or even try to close your eyes if you need to make it harder. Nice, let's do one more breath. Release here with your effort. Awesome. Other side. So you'll plant your left foot, plant your 2 eyes, right? And then that right foot can go in a kickstand. I really like this to begin, but then again, you can be even for sure. We will never not sometimes get distracted. That's totally part of the dig. But can we kind of work with that? This could be a place to work with that. Do try to encourage your breath. I find that feeling the breath, listening for it can be helpful. Nice. Like 5 more moments. You could look up or even close your eyes. Try to take 2 more breaths. And you can let it go, let it be after that. Nice work, nice focus. You feel it in the air. All right. Standing leg raise from here. So we're going to keep swapping feet. You'll be on your left foot again and lift your right knee up in front of you. Really helpful to push your hand into your knee and your knee back into your hand. You'll feel your glutes, a little bit of your low back muscles start to engage for you. So we want that connection. Yeah, that hand could be out. Great. Could stay at center or hinge the leg. You could look out over the hand. Working with. Awesome. Let's come back through center, like 5 more breaths. We'll take the arms right up towards the sky. Encourage a deep breath out so you can take a deep breath in and release those arms. Nice. That foot. Awesome. Other side. So you plant that right foot. Again, plant the 2 eyes and lift that opposite knee. And again, I find it helpful. You could push to the top, the inside, the outside, recruiting whatever you can, right? Whatever you can to help support. Some of you taking the arm out, the leg out, go for it. And it be from the center, right? All working together. Awesome. Let's come back to center. Arms up towards the sky. And sometimes a big exhale can help you breathe in, right? Can help you get that space. Let's stay 3. Heck yeah. 2, 1. Feet down, arms down. All right, other direction here. So plant your your left foot for airplane pose. Try not to get my lefts and rights catawampus. So arms out wide, left foot forward. We'll take a deep breath out, and now kind of leaning forward. Maybe you're just kind of touching and going with that back foot, or kind of balancing a little bit, heart forward, back leg can lift. I like to point my back toes. That feels strong for me, but some people like to flex their toes. You might find yourself somewhere in between. Sometimes we don't get to choose, and it's good to practice where we're at. So 1 more breath. Lean back, set that foot down. We'll step the back foot forward. Other side, left foot back. Giving yourself some wings here and blocks, great adaptation, whatever, again, works. Maybe there's a touch and go with that back foot. I think something with balance is that I can get into the habit where it's like I'm trying to trick myself into it, right? Not trying to trick yourself into it, right? Working your toes, your fingers, feeling the floor, your breath. Awesome. Pushing right away. 3, 2, 1, lean back, set the foot down. We'll step the back foot forward. Extended mountain pose here. And hands to the heart. Awesome. Last gesture. I'm just going to demo it for us here. We're going to put those 2 together. So from standing leg raise, we're going to start by lifting the right knee up. Can take the arms out. I think let's just take the arms out like nice and wide. And we'll go from here to here. All right. And then to release, sitting back and setting down. All right. And so just one thing I want you to consider as you're going through is that because this is a pretty sort of forward and back quality, think about that hug into center to help your spine stay nice and lifted. And you can also think kind of tailbone back as you're going back. Again, we'll lean back. All right. So last gesture. Cool. Ready for it. Plant your left foot. Plant your 2 eyes. I'll lift the right knee up in front of you. Try to get that length here, right? That kind of space here. And then let's go for it. Airplane pose in time. We'll stay for about 5 breaths once we're there. Perfect. 3. Push right away. 2. Beautiful. Lean back, set the foot down. Awesome work. Step the back foot forward. It did get a little quiet all of a sudden. So a little breath is fine, right? A little sound is fine. Other side. And lift your opposite knee up, your left knee up here. Let's take the arms down and even think spine tall here. Can we try to cultivate that support, right? It won't stay the same, but go for it. Go for it. A little bit tailbone back, heart forward. Maybe you point, maybe you flex the toes. Yeah, taking flight, however works for you. 3, nice. Pushing, spreading right out. 2, 1, lean back, nice work. Step the back foot forward. Extended mountain pose here, but just hands to the heart. Warrior 2, let's step that right foot back. Actually, let's just turn to face the mirrors here. We'll come back to that. Toes in, heels out. I think this is just a great counter stretch. You can take the hands to the hips just for some space. We'll fold forward over the wide legs. A great place for blocks on your hands. And nice to bend your knees here. Just to, again, allow yourself some space. A little bit press into the right foot, press into the left foot. Option to stay just as you are or walk, your hands between your feet a little bit. And then you could lean forward, lean the tailbone forward a little bit towards the toes. But any adjustments? Awesome. All right. You can draw the hands towards the hips. Big breath out. Use those leg muscles. Those low back muscles will stand up. Heart nice and tall. We'll step to the top of the mat. Let's do left foot back first here. Warrior 2. Last couple standing postures. Triangle pose though. So you'll straighten mostly that front knee. Arms out wide like Warrior 2. Forward a bit. Hand could be on the knee, shin. Block is a great tool here. Nice. Perfect. Couple of deep breaths. Nice. And then we just focused a little bit on those hands and feet all together. So bringing it all to mind here. Let's take a deep breath out. Draw ourselves up through neutral. Last standing posture here. Swap sides. Back foot forward. Your opposite foot back, doesn't matter, just 2 sides, right? Triangle pose. You can take the hand, knee is a great place. I don't want there to be an excessive amount of sensation in your low back. All right, it's worth lifting the heart a little bit or even bending your knees some to give that low back some room to kind of situate. Really nice. Couple more deep breaths. And feeling the power, that connection through your hands and your feet here. Option even to look up for the last moment. We'll pull ourselves up through standing and come on up to the top of the mat here. Extended mountain pose. Big breath in. Fold forward. Halfway lift. Our last chaturanga here. You can plant the hands, step back, knees, and chest down to the earth with your breath. Cobra, and we'll meet back in downward dog, but inevitably I want to come down to the back, come down to the spine. So taking your time back to down dog and heading to the back. My goal was to warm you all up today. I hope at least I've accomplished that. It's a little bit more to go. Eventually bend your knees and plant your feet on the floor. I want to extend the right leg up towards the sky. Awesome. Encourage a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And then kind of like our airplane posture, can you take your arms by your side and turn the palms up towards the sky? We can get the spine nice and spacious. We'll take a deep breath in and out. Slowly lower that right foot. Could be halfway down to the floor. Maybe it's 2 inches off the mat, but kind of like that airplane now. Now you're just like flying. This is like airplane with no legs. Right, just out in the sky. Big breath in and out. We'll kick that right leg back up. Swap sides, right foot down, left foot straight up towards the sky to begin. Just a moment to orient yourself. Option to keep that right foot bent or right knee bent, but you decide, all right, you all are ready, let's go for it. Left foot 2 inches off the mat. Imagine that airplane pose, right? That nice, kind of long, spacious back, kind of flying a little bit. We'll stay 3. Awesome. 2, 1. Kick the foot back up. All right. Feet down to the earth. Let your arms relax a little bit. Let's take both feet up towards the sky. Let's go for it. You can bring the feet right towards each other for a moment. Decide whether you want to point or flex your toes, what feels stronger. We'll lower the right foot about halfway down. Could be 2 inches. And then right foot back up to meet the left in kind of your rhythm. Left foot down. Halfway is great. And left foot back up and right foot back down with your rhythm. So building a bit of a rhythm with your arms, your breath, your spine. Let's stay for about 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14. Can the whole body kind of work together? The breath, all right, the vision is going to come and go. It's not about not having thoughts, right? It's working with those thoughts. Last 3, awesome. 2, 1, legs up towards the sky. Let's give those knees a squeeze in towards the chest. All right, let's keep it going here. You can stack the knees over your hips and flex your toes back to the knees. We're going to interlace the fingers at the base of the skull and lift the chest. And kind of like you were riding a bike, I just want to kick your right foot sort of away from the body. Feel that low back, feel the whole body working together, and then pull the knee back in. We'll take the other knee back out, right? Really cultivating the whole body. And then, yeah, side to side, kind of like you were riding a bike. We're going to go for a little bit longer. If you want to draw the opposite elbow up to the opposite knee, great, but try not to strain your neck here. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug the knees in towards your chest. Let's plant the feet on the floor. Last bit. We're going to set the feet up towards the ceiling. You're going to hug the feet together, but arms in a wider T. You might have to navigate with your neighbor, navigate kind of your hands, palms down. You're going to lower the legs to the right about halfway, right over to the right about halfway. Big breath in and out. Back through center here, over to the left side. Big breath. And then whole body back to center, side to side. You can go a little slower, a little faster. Back through center, whole body, left side to right side, a little bit like a pendulum. Maybe trying to set your gaze, creating space where you can. Last 5, 4, 3. One more time, right side and left side. Go for it, full gamut. Right side and left side. We'll come back through center. Hug the knees in towards the chest, just like a full body stretch, legs long. Arms long. Great work. Can hug your right knee into your chest. This can be the best stretch sometimes for me, or twist that knee across the body. You can bring the right knee over to the left. And we'll swap sides. So maybe you're just swapping knees. That might feel great. Or can pull right across the body. Come on back through center here. Happy baby pose. You can hug the knees in towards your chest. Grab the outer edges of your feet or the backs of the knees. Give the knees a bit of a hug in. I want to do just a moment with shoulder stand today. We did it on Friday, and I just think it's a great pose all year long. So if you know shoulder stand, you're welcome to navigate into shoulder stand now. And if you don't want to do shoulder stand, you can take a block and set it under your sacrum. But I'll just demo shoulder stand briefly. Nice to tuck in your shirt if you're going up. And laying down on a blanket, so your shoulders are on the blanket, but your head is off the blanket, can often give you some nice padding here. And there's a couple degrees of shoulder stand. So just pressing your elbows down, lifting the shins up can be a great kind of first attempt at pushing the pelvis up towards near the sky. Eventually, what the effort is to pull the knees in towards the chest and try and push the hips up to connect to it. Now, this is shoulder stand, and this is totally fine. I just want you to feel kind of comfortable here. You could keep your knees bent or straighten out the legs and get some compression on the upper back and the head and the neck. Inevitably, how we want to maneuver it is to keep looking up, shrug the shoulders, and work the hands kind of towards the low back, towards the hips. You notice my legs aren't very active now, so to really get into it, we want to activate the legs by squeezing them together. You're going to push the pelvis over the shoulders, but then the heels kind of counterbalance that. So you're up kind of like a candlestick here. But again, any sort of version of this is working it as long as you're working with control. And, to get out, you'll take the legs up and over the head, coming down onto the back. So you can start to work your way into it if you're not already there. And if you have been there, there's no problem staying up for a little bit of time. 10 or 12 breaths. I don't want there to be any big discomfort. And there's a lot of pressure, elbows, shoulders. Bring some effort right through the whole body here in the last moment. Awesome. Maybe 2 more breaths. And then taking the toes up and over the head. Can start to bend the knees a little bit if that's appropriate. Inevitably, we'll start to lower the body down and just land for a moment. And then I also want to work into, wherever you went, into the counter pose or the classic counter pose for shoulder stand, which is called fish. So if you need another moment to rest, great. But I think it can be helpful to get a visual for fish as well. So with fish, you need to take the hands down by your side and really straighten the arms, working the hands as much as you can underneath the pelvis. From here, the pose is a lot of legs. You have to point the toes, squeeze the legs. You press into the elbows. This could be fine, but sometimes you push and come up onto the crown of the head. To get down, I want there to be some pressure and then to come back down. A common thing that happens is if the hands are too high up, what happens is you feel like this. And so it can be a little bit kind of spacious on the head and the neck. It's not bad, but it's a little bit less supported. So you really do have to kind of reach your hands beyond your sit bones and really sort of lengthen out the arms. And that way you really get a nice curve in the low back, right? A nice support, but lots of legs, lots of toes. Awesome. Right through the whole body. And then real effortful. I want you to press into the elbows to help lift the chest, tuck the chin, and lower down. And just rest for a moment after that. Awesome work. All right, we're going to work into some hip openers from here. So option is stay on your back for figure 4. You can take your right shin up and over your left leg. I also invite you to take half pigeon if you'd like to take half pigeon. I'm not going to get too into it today, but it's this posture here where your right knee will come towards the right wrist, might set a prop under, but again, kind of let you navigate that space as you'd like. We'll spend half a minute or so. Yeah, they really both get at the same target, same space. A little bit, just notice the support of the hands and the feet. And maybe 1 or 2 more breaths. But to start to get complete with your shape here, we'll work towards the other side. If you need to stretch out or down dog, great. But inevitably left shin or left knee. A little bit, again, using your hands and feet to navigate all that space in between. An opportunity to work with our body, work with our head. Some things will change, some things won't. But kind of here for it. All right. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And we'll start to press back through down dog or unwind on your back. Inevitably, I do want to come down to a seat. And come to a seat. Nice to sit up on a blanket, but definitely your choice. First, I want to do a single-legged seated fold. So you'll extend your right leg out in front of you. You can draw your left knee in, your left foot in. This is a great place for a block under the knees or, again, a little bend in the knee. And sweep the arms up. And we'll fold forward towards that front leg. Awesome. Yeah. Couple of deep breaths. And it's certainly a process with these deeper stretches. I don't want it to feel like you're really tugging too hard on any one place, right? Kind of working through the shape. A little bit tone your leg muscles, though. Can there still be a sense of those legs, maybe to help you fold or to help you stay? Option to gently look to your right here, just adding a small twist, or if you want to maneuver your hands a little bit into some sort of twist here, just the last moment or so. You can come back through your center here and we'll swap sides. Opposite foot. Maybe this side needs the block or not. You know, one thing with the folds we want to avoid is just feeling like the low back, the pelvis is really dumping back. You know, we will have a little bit of that sometimes, but as much as you need, bend the knee, can fold forward any degree over that leg. Nice. Encourage a breath, maybe a little tone in the legs. If you felt like that was nice to turn the gaze to the left, even just a little bit, right? We can experience so much. So take a bigger breath and work back through center and back up through neutral here. You can extend the legs out. And I want to actually set up for one more inversion. So one more kind of restorative inversion. If you want another shoulder stand or if you want to do something else, you're welcome to. But otherwise, lying on your back, taking the block, setting it right under your tailbone, this alone could be perfect, wonderful. Or legs just dangling up into the sky. Just allowing the muscles to release, the brain to get a little bit of extra pressure. But if you want to do another inversion, you are welcome to take the next minute or so for that. But especially if you're on the block, we're going to stay for like a minute. If you need to adjust, certainly can adjust. Just want to be on you. Good. Let's use the breath. Good. A little bit. Press the wrists down. Belly in. Yeah, nice. Amazing. Maybe noticing things change even as you're still, right? Even as you're resting. Easy to think we always have to be doing for things to be shifting, but this is proof, right? Just letting it be a little bit can make a shift. And then from here, I just invite you to work towards Shavasana in whatever way feels right. You can take the feet down towards the floor and set the block aside. If you need to give yourself a little squeeze in, take some final twists, put your socks on or something like that, you're welcome to take a moment to do that. And then we will rest. And working on allowing some stillness to come in time. Not necessarily needing to pull things closer or push things away, but just letting be, kind of that natural rest. A few minutes today. And call it Shavasana. last minute and connect to any stillness, any rest. Slowly adding movement to your body, maybe some breath, taking your time. Fetal position sometimes is a nice next space to go, but again, take your time. Eventually, we are coming up to a seat, so you're welcome to move there too. And maybe closing the eyes for just one more moment. It's not quite one yet. Can work our hands to the heart. Again, I think kind of working with the body and our balance and our muscles and bones, it gives us a unique perspective on ourself. So just creating some space for that as part of ourself, part of our day. Let's take a last deeper breath into that body and deeper breath out here. And just kind of offering ourselves a simple bow, a little gesture. Namaste. Thank you all. Great work. Thanks for joining me on maybe a day off for a unique day for you. So drive safe. I always appreciate any feedback and comments and stuff. So please let me know. But see you soon.